Welcome back, my little recusants, to another episode of our Kingdom Hearts Re-Chain of Memories 100% guide. We are continuing on Riku's story. We are blitzing through everything, and this episode will be no exception. We have the cards in a bit of a jumbled order, but we're going to try our best to go in the order that they appeared in the world map of KH1. So we had Traverse Town, now we're going into Olympus, and then, so on and so forth. And obviously we have a set deck for this world, so we can just showcase the deck now before we go anywhere. And then we just have a straight L shape to get to the Key to Beginnings room, and as I say, we'll just showcase the cards here now. A lot of high numbers that dip to low numbers towards the end of the deck. So as you can see, we get the Power Wild, which basically does retrograde, which is where numbers that are low become 9s, and 1 becomes a 9, 9 becomes a 1, sort of a thing. So now we kind of get a bunch of really high value cards, just enough for us to then reload at the very end there, just to take out these little monkeys and get a few level ups. But as I say, a few bits of grinding off screen is grand, and we're just going to literally skedaddle our way into the Key to Beginnings room. But what I do show here is that we have the Black Fungus room, and you do need to defeat a Black Fungus just to add them to the list of Heartless that you've encountered. So just make sure you do that, because you could find yourself at the end of the game being like, why don't I have all the Heartless? It's because you need to use a Black Fungus room. Hades, would you believe, even though a being of darkness and being, I suppose, made of fire, is in fact weak to Dark Faraga, one of Riku's lights. And as you can see, we're just getting our darkness on, and then we're going to try and do the double break. And now that you have the double break, you can just 2-hit them or blast them Dark Faraga. It's pretty much all the same. But if you get broken too many times, like with the zeros, unfortunately, we end up out of dark mode, which isn't ideal. And then I'm like, okay, I'm going to just wait for the Temper Flare. We're going to wait for Temper Flare, get a big boost to our few bits. And then, like a lot of stuff, I end up dueling randomly. I was going to say I end up getting to oh, are we going to make it? Oh, thank goodness, we just about made it. And there you can see the absolute power of dueling. And at this point I'm just like, no, I just need to take them out, break the slides. That's that. But what's interesting is you could actually turn on retrograde and get a dark aura, get 999s. And getting 999s in dark mode is just literally like a boss ender. But we get the Hades enemy card added to our deck permanently, giving us the Berserk ability. But as I say, Maleficent is just Berserk but better, so we'll stick with that. Now it's just the case of running all the way to the Conqueror's Respite. I keep on going to say Conqueror's Repose. It's not the words that are written there, recusant, so get your stuff together. But just after this world, we're going to get another cutscene, so I will pause for that, and we can discuss the developments as we continue. But as I say, just make sure you're getting a couple of levels per world, and you should be fine to continue up through Riku's story. Do you know what I mean? 1 or 2 or 3 levels should suffice.
Why so glum, Naminé? Is there something that's been troubling you? Are you feeling awful about tinkering with Sora's memory? Or maybe you...
Cut it out, Larxene. Naminé? She doesn't want to remember Sora.
Is that so?
Don't worry. Whatever's hurting you, I'll make it go away. I swear it on this. The good luck charm you gave me. See ya.
That's just amazing! It's almost like you completely made his heart from scratch. Nice touch with the good luck charm. I didn't know you could use memories to transform objects like cards into keepsakes. You used the same trick on Sora, right? You changed Kyrie's good luck charm with your magic, didn't you? It won't be long before Sora forgets about Kyrie completely, and then he'll be all yours to...
He won't forget.
Huh?
No matter how much I change his memory, Sora will never forget Kyrie. Memories of me, more false memories of me, will just make his feelings for Kyrie even stronger than before. Because I'm the shadow of Kyrie.
What's your problem with that? That should be your incentive not to screw anything up. Just do a good job rewriting Sora's heart, then you can actually be somebody, and no longer just Kyrie's shadow. You'll be real in Sora's heart.
So yeah, a lot to unpack there. Naminé is very much aware that like no matter how much she tries to rip Kyrie out of Sora's heart and like insert herself in there in place of Kyrie, that she just being like a shadow or like a remnant of Kyrie in Sora's heart trying to fill that same space, she'll only actually make the heart want Kyrie more. And, you know, Lexaeus kind of like, well, you know, don't worry about that. Just, you know, don't mess anything up, girl. And Naminé's kind of like, listen, you've made me do this plan. I'm going along with it because I'm literally so lonely. But I'm not sure this is going to work, girly. And as I say, we're just going to have a quick look at Riku's cards. And as I say, it just kind of out and out says, oh, they're not going to update in any way, shape or form. They just vary by the worlds. So on and on we go, I guess. Heading to the upper right hand side, upper left, I suppose, to try and get to Ursula. But what's very interesting is the Dark Ball enemy card that is exclusive to Riku and is exclusive to Atlantica. It basically makes it so that any card you play will trigger a duel. There is an achievement to get 100 duels. I thought it would kind of come naturally as I'm leveling to level 99. But if I'm ever stuck or you guys want to grind for it earlier, Atlantica is a really good world for that to happen. So keep in mind that you can 100% get at least one guaranteed duel per battle. And like, you know, levels are also quite nice as well. So getting another attack boost, ladies and gents. Keeping in mind that we get another achievement for reaching max attack power with Riku. So we are going to want to get his attack power to 30. That'll get us another achievement. And, you know, just make sure as well that like you're taking the time to create loads of rooms with Riku. Don't kind of beeline. If you can go around the map and like make more rooms, it is just counting down the number of rooms you need to get the trophy for synthesizing 300 rooms in, you know, the game. But obviously Sora has a much bigger Castle Oblivion map, so he's kind of easier to just gather cards and then spend those cards creating rooms in a big circle. But, I mean, whichever you prefer, it's all the same. Just make 200 rooms. And I'm kind of like, right, let's just start a card duel, beat up Ursula, get like a massive amount of damage, hopefully unlock a Mickey card, Do we get one? Well, sorry, I should say unlock a gimmick card that is in the shape of the Mickey symbol, not the literal Mickey Mouse enemy card. And as I say, just regen Riku's deck immediately and just start hacking away. I will also say, guys, what's also really important for like these worlds in particular is the idea that I suppose the higher up in the Castle Oblivion the bosses are, the more difficult the bosses are to defeat. So if you really don't like the Ursula boss, like, you might as well just put her a bit lower in the totem pole, just so her HP bar is that bit smaller. Because the decks are, I suppose, the decks are made with the world in mind, not the difficulty or the level of the world involved. So, as I say, Wonderland will always be that teeny tiny situation, you know? But when it comes to needing a heal, because obviously Riku can only heal through Mickey Mouse. But if you put Mickey Mouse in front of 2 attack cards, he makes the Holy Burst or Inverse Burst. So what a lot of guys and girls, if you're playing at home, a handy way to basically make sure that Riku is able to get a heal when he needs is to quite simply put Mickey Mouse in the middle of a 3-card slate. So just go Mickey Mouse or attack card, Mickey Mouse attack card, and then you should be fine.
Your Majesty!
Now I wasn't looking to heal here, I literally was like, let's just Inverse Burst, break down all of these tentacles, and then we can Tornado Spin the HP away from Ursula while we still have our Overdrive ability. We're going to Card Break her and then Beyblade spin our way to victory. Come on! Oh, Riku! You missed out, bro. So now we're unfortunately stuck in this hell. But if we're able to get a gimmick card, which we got, Ursula is defeated. So that is another world down, ladies and gents. Like, there's literally nothing for me to put in here because there's no strategy. We can't customize anything. There's no point in me saying, oh, let's unlock Lethal Frame or like Simba so we can do cool AoE damage. It's like, no, Riku just attacks and uses Mickey Mouse and uses enemy cards in order to get the best out of his combat situations. But, as I say, we're going to just head to Conqueror's Respite. It's just right beside the door there. And if I were ye, I would have just created 3 more rooms just to have Riku making more rooms. But here we have another cutscene. So I will talk to you once it's over.
Vexen is no more.
Yes, his scent is gone. Axel struck him down, something I find deplorable. Agents of the organization striking each other down.
Our problem is Sora. Vexen proved to be no match for him. Yet he's still under Naminé's control.
But we cannot eliminate Sora, can we?
Correct. For our superior, he is in dire need of the Hero of Light. When light loses sight of its path, we may find use for the dark. What we must do is obtain the darkness.
Riku, of course.
Just 1 card left. If I get through this, will I be free of the darkness?
So it's kind of amazing that we're getting information about the timeline of events. And Riku just arrived so much later than Sora. Like, Riku's durdling along here, still going through his main cards, and Sora is in Twilight Town. Axel is killing Vexen. He is no more. And Riku's just like, man, I sure do hope I get through all these Council of Villains and random Heartless in worlds that I didn't know. But, question for the fans, right? Riku has the knowledge of all these different worlds, probably from the, group of villains. They probably would have told him about their worlds and such. Riku was in Monstro, he was in Traverse Town. We didn't go near Deep Jungle. But like Halloween Town, fair enough. Oogie Boogie might have told him. Or Atlantica, Ursula would have told him. He was in Neverland. And then he was also in Hollow Bastion. My question was, right, we have the situation with Alice in Wonderland. How does Riku have memories of Wonderland? Here's my theory. I think Riku was the one that snuck in and stole Alice from the Queen of Hearts court. Maybe he was told, oh, you need to just kidnap this girl in order to save Kairi. And Riku is 100% the guy that would do that. So, I think he has memories from Wonderland because he actually was the instrument that stole, if not Alice from the throne room, brought her from Wonderland over to Hollow Bastion, because we know that Keyblade wielders can travel, via the pathways to other worlds. So even though Riku didn't have his Keyblade, he was still able to travel the worlds and bring Alice from Wonderland to Hollow Bastion. So that's my headcanon as to why Riku has memories of Wonderland within Chain of Memories. Because realistically, he shouldn't have them, because he hasn't been shown in lore to have been there. But as you can see here, we actually have a bunch of 9s, ladies and gents. And it's really quite amazing how much Riku can just make Dark Aura if he ends up getting high enough values in his cards. As I say, if we can get a quick card break, as well as, the Overdrive Maleficent card, then we are absolutely winning. Unfortunately, Mickey Mouse's AoE Blast does not actually allow the dice to be exploded. But listen, we're into dark mode now. Oh, Riku, stop. Stop spinning. Focus your attacks. And then are we going to do Dark Faraga? It would have been cooler to get Riku, come on. It would have been cooler to get Dark Aura, but the window of time, it's tough. But the main thing is, if we keep a lot of our 9s, we are going to be well able to just take down Oogie Boogie. We're going to now stun Oogie Boogie, attack away, and hopefully get another combo in. And this is why we put up the attack boosts, everybody. Because genuinely, the only thing Riku has going for him is the damage that he can do. So we need Riku to be doing maximum damage with his attack cards. So another level up. And it seems that when I splice in all the different level ups, that the vast majority of the time it ends up being a level where we can get an attack boost, and it is the same again. Oh my god. But listen, his max attack is 30, so the more we're getting towards endgame, the better situation we're getting. And as I say, just showing you the map, how it kind of looks, and then we're going to just have a quick cutscene, and now another boss fight. So I'll chat to you after the scene.
That scent. You're another one of those nobodies.
You've done well thus far. But to possess your powers and yet fear the darkness, what a waste.
I do not fear it.
I sense that you do. You're also capable of controlling the darkness. Cast away your useless fear. Open your heart. Embrace the darkness.
And if I say no?
Then you lose both light and darkness. And disappear. I, Lexaeus, will not yield to the frail heart of an infantile coward. Now, stop resisting. And let the darkness in.
So, ladies and gents, we are fighting Lexaeus. He is an absolute daddy. So, we're gonna have to be on our toes. We have not fought this organization member in Sora's story. We have absolutely no idea what or how he operates. But basically, his whole vibe is going Super Saiyan, having big AoE attack damage, as well as powering up to make his attacks more and more deadly. So you want to keep him card broken, and you just want to fly down to the bottom half of Riku's deck, which is just stacked with 7s and 9s, to basically win the duel. And then, you know, we're here and I'm like, okay, I can card break if you just let me. But obviously, if you're seeing a lot of 4s and 0s, it's pretty great. But as you can see, we also have like a lot of 9s. So I'm also like, let's just start break, because he was very much powering up, as you can see from his little yellow aura. That is not the vibe. But then I'm like, let's just get Dark Aura and watch this. Like, look at that. So much damage. And we're just going to do Dark Aura again. And as you can see, it absolutely destroys. And then he's down. But I would challenge everyone to rewind a tiny bit, because you can see him hitting Riku, and Riku's health bar is dissolving. It is legitimately going poof, nothing there. Sorry, Riku, you actually have no HP. And we get the Lexaeus enemy card, which is going to be massive for grinding. We also get 2 level ups. So, we're going to boost ourselves dramatically in the old HP department. And then we're going to let the cutscene play. And I think that's going to be the end of our episode.
You're finished!
Don't mock me! You were too much trouble. Too slow. You are the superiors. Forgive me, Zexion. This was a fight I should not have started. I see you now. Clearly.
Huh? Lexaeus?
Riku, I can see your heart.
No, it's not. Darkness this foul could only be...
That's it. Remember me. Let me drift into your heart.
Ansem!
You called out my name. You have been thinking about me. You're afraid of the darkness I command. Good. The more you think of me, the closer my return draws. And when I have awoken, I will take hold Your heart will be mine!
Riku, fight! Don't let him win!
Your Majesty!
You meddlesome king!
The king. He protected me. Your Majesty? Where are you? Please answer!
All I gotta say is Mickey Mouse is clutch. I just wanted to tune in to say that. Anytime we need him, he's
You're with
there.
me, aren't you?
In the darkness, he is our light. Anyway, that's been our episode today, everyone. Hope you enjoyed. Have a good morning, afternoon, or evening, whenever you're watching this episode. Talk to you next time. Have a good one.